Britain is still a major European military power. One of only 2 European countries that has nuclear weapons. The Royal Navy's one of the few to operate aircraft carriers. Neither come cheap. But it's Russia's invasion of another European nation that's ramped up the pressure to spend more on defence.
Let's go.
In reality, the UK's conventional armed forces have suffered decades of cuts.
You two, round here, let's go.
The regular army now at its smallest since Napoleonic times, at just over 70,000 strong. With fresh questions over what security guarantees a hollowed-out UK armed forces could provide to Ukraine. The Prime Minister says this increase in defence spending will be the largest sustained rise since the end of the Cold War. But it still won't take Britain back to the levels of, say, the 1950s, when spending was nearly 8% of GDP on defence. See here in the red line, gradually declining. The line in blue shows health spending, the opposite. So a rise to 2.5% by 2027 is still relatively modest. Keir Starmer says he wants the UK to be a leading nation in both NATO and Europe. But other nations have also been ramping up defence spending, some by even more. Poland is spending more than 4% of its GDP on defence now. Germany has almost doubled its defence budget. The reality is 2.5% won't be enough to reverse all the cuts.
You're not going to be able to fill every hole in the provision of defence for this nation in 2 years. That's simply not possible. There's not a capacity to do that. It's a job of many years, but I think this budget increase will mean you can start in that in a way which the country hasn't been able to do for some time.
The government's still to publish its defence review, setting out its priorities, but the war in Ukraine has highlighted the direction of travel, as well as gaps in Britain's defences. Most notably, shortfalls in long-range artillery and air defence systems. Ukraine also illustrates the revolution in drone warfare. This extra cash won't provide the armed forces with everything they want. But as for satisfying the Trump administration, it's certainly a start. The US Defence Secretary has called it a strong step. Jonathan Beale, BBC News.